At the Global Gaming Expo, he wanted a themed cake. I asked, "What exactly do you mean?" "I want a cake that captures the essence of Las Vegas," he said. "Dice on top, large feathers, like a martini glass, and vibrant Vegas colors. But keep it elegant." Since 2009, Cake Boss has been a TLC favorite due to its charming family dynamics, amazing cake designs, and charismatic host, Buddy Valastro. Fans throughout the world love the show. "I always tell people, if you think you want to be a baker or a chef, go work at a bakery or restaurant first," Buddy adds. Practical guidance is one of many reasons his program is approachable and encouraging. Cake Boss featured Carlos Bakery's artistic talents, and Buddy and his family's struggles and successes across 10 seasons, 251 episodes, and several specials. But why did the show end? Learn about Cake Boss, its rise to stardom, and its legal troubles that led to its demise. Let's start with a backstory. Cake Boss, starring Buddy Valastro, debuted on TLC on April 19, 2009. The program spawned 4 spin-offs: Next Great Baker, Kitchen Boss, Bake You Rich, and Bakery Boss. Join us as we explore the show's history and its impact on baking and beyond. Carlo's Bake Shop, an Italian-American family-owned bakery in Hoboken, New Jersey, is the setting for the reality television show Cake Boss. Buddy Valastro, his sisters Lisa Valastro, Maddalena Castano, Grace Fauno, and Mary Ciarone run the bakery, which is beloved. The program shows how amazing technical abilities and creativity are used to make huge desserts. Cake Boss also explores family-staff connections, providing warmth and realism. At 17, Buddy Valastro, known as Buddy, began working at the bakery in 1994. Buddy, the only son of Mary and Bartolo Buddy Valastro Sr., was raised in Little Ferry, New Jersey. Buddy transformed the Little Family Bakery into a famous bakery and restaurant business. However, this amazing development hasn't been easy. Let's start with the man behind it all's life and work. We'll explain more later. Valastro spent his childhood in Hoboken, New Jersey, where he was born on March 3, 1977. He started his quest here. After that, he grew up in Little Ferry, New Jersey. His mother, Mary Tubito, was born in Altamura, Italy. Italian immigrants Nicola and Maddalena Tubito raised her. Her family moved to New Jersey when Mary was 6. Buddy Sr., Valastro's father, was from Lipari. Valerio grew up with his 4 older sisters, Grace, Mary, Maddalena, and Lisa. She was his constant companion. Buddy went to Ridgefield Park High School and Bergen County Technical High School's Teterboro campus for baking studies. Carlo Guastafaro founded Carlo's Bakeries in a quiet New Jersey suburb in 1910. He first opened the company. Bartolo Valastro, who came from Sicily to apprentice at the bakery, helped it succeed in the 1950s. He bought the bakery in 1963 and turned it into a family business due to his passion for baking. Buddy started working with his father at the family business age 11. It introduced Buddy to the family business. Buddy was 17 when his father died in 1994. He successfully handled the bakery, a huge task. Buddy's father died of illness. Despite not meeting his childhood expectations, he made sure his children were happy and successful. In the 5th episode of Cake Dynasty's first season, Buddy Valastro revealed that Junior, his oldest son, was the first Valastro to graduate from high school. This was only possible because Buddy had made his family's bakery a popular wedding cake destination. Valastro became famous after bridal publications featured his lavish works. This exposure led to invitations to 4 subsequent Food Network Challenge cake competitions. After losing his first 3 games, Valastro won the Battle of the Brides event and $10,000. This announcement launched Cake Boss and everything that followed. Cake Boss is rising. His victory in the Battle of the Brides competition inspired him to create a reality show about his life at Carlo's Bakery, where he worked with his mother, sister, in-laws, and cousins. TLC liked the idea, and Cake Boss premiered in 2009, changing Valastro's life and career. Valastro expanded his influence beyond television, with his 2010 book Cake Boss: Stories and Recipes from Mia Familia. After this debut, Buddy wrote several successful books, including Baking with the Cake Boss, 100 of Buddy's Best Recipes and Decorating Secrets, Cooking Italian, Family Favorites as Only Buddy Can Serve Them Up, and Family Celebrations. Cake Boss focuses on the bakery's daily operations, which are famed for their stunning handcrafted cakes. Buddy, known as the Cake Boss, leads a talented team of bakers and decorators who make beautiful cakes for weddings, birthday celebrations, and corporate occasions. A behind-the-scenes look of cake production is shown in each episode. The story features Buddy's brother-in-law, Mauro Castano, a famous baker. Buddy's sister, Mary Valastro, and his wife, Lisa, help with bakery administration and support the family. The show's richness comes from the characters' interaction, which highlights the challenges and successes of running a family business. They bravely organize lavish wedding cake extravaganzas, using Carlo's Bakery's magnificent cakes as the centerpieces. Holiday delicacies and themed cakes like Christmas and Halloween are highlights. In competition episodes, Buddy and his crew compete against other renowned bakers, testing their creativity and technical skills under duress. Cake Boss has created many milestone cakes, including reproductions of renowned landmarks. This exhibition has a global impact on cake decorating, inspiring individuals to admire and try similar creations in their own homes. The show has become a cultural phenomenon, attracting viewers from over 220 countries. Valastro's impact went beyond the bakery and television. He received an honorable mention on Hudson County's 50 Most Significant People in January 2012, after the Hudson Reporter recognized his major impact on Hoboken. This was because Carlo's Bakery and Cake Boss had given fame to the region. The New Jersey Hall of Fame inducted Valastro in 2017. Yankees pitcher Mariano Rivera introduced Valastro at the ceremony. Valastro said, "I am damn proud to be from this state." Buddy's perseverance and passion for baking have preserved his family's history and made Carlo's Bakery a global brand. Buddy Valastro began expanding his culinary empire beyond the bakery in 2013. He opened Buddy V's Ristorante, an Italian restaurant in Las Vegas's Venetian Hotel. This venture launched Valastro's restaurant career. Pizza Cakey at Harrah's, Buddy's Jersey Eats, and the Boss Cafe at the Link helped him establish his brand in Las Vegas's vibrant food scene. His city presence grew. Valastro was entrepreneurial beyond that. In June 2014, he founded Buddy V's Gatherings to bring his flair and cuisine to private parties. The event planning and catering company was created to showcase his style. Valastro partnered with Whole Earth Sweetener for the Rethink Sweet campaign 2 years after the inaugural relationship. As brand spokesperson, Valastro promoted calorie-free sweeteners. In 2018, Valastro collaborated with pet treat maker The Pound Bakery to innovate. They created and developed a new line of pet treats inspired by Italian sweets and delicacies. Ingredients: Italian biscotti, fondant, and buttercream. This collection of items is meant for both amateur and professional bakers, bolstering their culinary influence. Valastro changed cake consumption in 2019 with cake ATMs. These advanced vending machines with refrigeration can distribute cake portions, making his masterpieces more accessible. These machines started in Las Vegas and Toronto and spread across the US and Canada. There are hundreds, mostly in Florida, Las Vegas, and New Jersey. Valastro joined the A&E cable network in 2023 to continue his inventions and brand building. There, he launched 2 new shows: Cake Dynasty, about his children joining the family company, and Legends of the Fork, about touring restaurants nationwide. Both shows focus on family business. Valastro has shaped American cuisine and television. His contributions include restaurants, catering, healthier sweeteners, pet treats, and imaginative cake vending machines. However, the real-life Buddy Valastro lives behind the television and big screen. Buddy Valastro is famous for his on-screen persona and his philanthropic endeavors. The Special Olympics has its undying support. In 2011, he baked a cake to celebrate the 2014 Special Olympics USA National Games in New Jersey. It was announced in 2011. Valastro has also baked with hundreds of sick children through Make-A-Wish. These kids say they've always wanted to. Buddy Valastro married Elisabetta Lisa Belgavin on October 14, 2001. Sofia, Bartolo, Buddy III, Marco, and Carlo were raised in the couple's first house in East Hanover Township, New Jersey. They moved to Montville, New Jersey in 2014 and have stayed there. Sergio Piccinch, Valastro's stepfather, and his 4 older sisters and their husbands frequently appear on his presentations. Valastro appears on his shows. Grace, Maddalena, Mary, and Lisa Valastro are sisters. After getting jailed for assault in 2010 and doing time, Lisa's ex-husband, Remy Gonzalez, left the program. More on that soon. Carlos Bakery's operations director is Valastro's brother-in-law, Maurizio Belgavin. This shows Valastro's family's business involvement. Valastro has suffered with personal troubles despite his professional achievements. His right hand was severely damaged by a pin setter at his home bowling alley in September 2020. This injured him severely. He had 2 unexpected surgeries followed by several more. He reported restoring 95% of his hand strength after 3 years. His entire life, Valastro has supported the Republican Party. He represented Chris Christie throughout his 2013 re-election campaign and baked him a birthday cake in 2014. Valastro endorsed Christie's 2016 presidential campaign. Other areas of his personal life include legal troubles and disagreements. Cake Boss celebrated Buddy Valastro and his family, but it also had behind-the-scenes drama. Notably, Buddy Valastro was arrested for DUI on the west side of New York City around 1 in the morning on the 13th of November, 2014. His legal issues stemmed from this. Valastro was already a food industry star by the time the 6th season of Cake Boss aired. It is impossible to dismiss his arrest as unimportant. It received extensive media coverage and popular interest. Valastro's arrest quickly dominated social media headlines and conversations. Jimmy Fallon's late-night speech touched the topic, and Twitter was abuzz with replies. Former Cake Boss star Anthony the Pastry Arch Albanese built a cake with Valastro's prison portrait in the frosting to honor the occasion. Valastro apologized publicly for his actions during the incident, acknowledging their gravity. Despite his efforts to make apologies, that night haunted him. His public identity was forever marked by the arrest and its aftermath, reminding him of his vulnerability and celebrity demands. A video interview with Mario Lopez of Extra allowed Buddy Valastro to address the issue shortly after his 2014 arrest. The interview was meant to clarify his alcohol consumption that evening. He admitted to drinking 1 glass of beer too much at a work dinner. He wanted to show he could control his alcohol use. Valastro was clearly overindulged, despite his efforts to downplay the issue. The police report revealed that Valastro swerved across traffic lanes that night. This experience revealed the truth. Such disorderly behavior indicates significant impairment. The breathalyzer test Valastro took after being stopped confirmed the officer's concerns. Valastro's blood alcohol level was well above the legal limit. That's not everything. Valastro used his celebrity status to evade arrest when police followed his yellow Corvette for 12 blocks and watched his dangerous swerving. "You can't arrest me," he cried. "I'm the cupcake boss." He probably expected his popularity to influence the police. However, the NYPD was unconvinced by his claim to be Hoboken's cake star. Valastro tried to negotiate after this plea failed. He begged the officers to put him in a taxi and not arrest him because he was not a criminal. Despite his objections, officers arrested him and transported him to the Lower East Side 7th Precinct. He was arrested and released without bond. If Valastro's "You can't arrest me" had been publicized, the situation may have been less controversial. "I'm the cupcake boss" stays intact. Buddy quickly pleaded guilty in Manhattan's criminal court after being detained. He regretted driving after drinking and vowed never to do it again. He promised never to do so again. Valastro was sentenced to a 3-month driver's license suspension in New York and New Jersey. Judge Melissa A. Crane also fined him $300 and ordered him to take a DUI prevention course. Valastro apologized to his admirers for disappointing them by assuming full responsibility for his actions. He admitted to being misled about his ability to drive safely that evening. Twitter reiterated his apologies and rationale for accepting the plea deal. Even if his public apologies and acknowledgement of responsibility were important steps in resolving the issue, the episode did affect performance publicity. Many years later, they remember. Previously, Valastro had been in legal trouble. His show Cake Boss was in a naming dispute in 2010. Judge Richard A. Jones ordered TLC to stop using the moniker Cake Boss when Kelly and John Masters, owners of the 2006 software firm, brought a copyright infringement complaint. During the 2009 distribution of program advertising, the Masters informed TLC of the infringement, but the channel did not act. TLC may have been unaware that the name was already being used, but Judge Jones stressed that the show's significant investment should have prompted a basic check to confirm its uniqueness. Valastro's November book, Cake Boss Stories and Recipes from Mia Familia, was exempt from the injunction. TLC and Master Software settled the dispute 3 months after the initial conflict. The arrangement allowed both parties to keep their names with a minor alteration to distinguish them. Despite allowing Cake Boss to keep its original name, the show's issues remained. 2 years later, in 2012, the show was attacked for a transgender joke. Carmen Carrera, famed for her appearances on RuPaul's Drag Race, volunteered to appear to promote transgender rights. The show went downhill when Cousin Anthony made a joke that contradicted Carrera's transgender identification. A terrible turn of events. Carrera, who had instructed the show's producers on proper language and sensitivity, posted her thoughts on Facebook after the program aired on the 11th of June. She disapproved of transsexual women's look and inappropriate behavior. GLAAD, a prominent media advocacy organization, expressed sympathy with Carrera when her speech was supported by LGBTQ+ readers and allies. TLC pulled the episode immediately in reaction to criticism. Buddy Valastro apologized to Carrera, her followers, and the LGBTQ+ community on Facebook. Cousin Anthony apologized on Twitter for his disrespectful comment, acknowledging its impact. Still, there is more. During the 5th season of Cake Boss, a dramatic episode heightened Valastro family tensions. Mary Siren, Buddy Valastro's sister, was in trouble due to her sharp tongue and frequent workplace conflicts. When Buddy decided to face Mary privately, she broke her snarky streak. While Buddy was in charge, Buddy's claim that Mary would no longer oversee Carlos' bakery escalated into a yelling match. Scolding turned into a yelling match. The bakery staff and show watchers were relieved when Mary was fired. Mary was known for fighting customers and employees. Despite the fact that reality television is often driven by conflict and drama, Cake Boss found calm almost immediately after Mary Siron left. Buddy and Mary have maintained their familial closeness outside of work, keeping their business issues within Carlos' bakery. Despite their public relationship drama, Buddy struggled with this next case. Even though it was not contested, Buddy and his family were on the water in New York Harbor in July 2014 when they encountered a scary circumstance. They became disoriented in Ambrose Channel's severe fog, which is frequented by large commercial ships, Valastro told CNN. Valastro wisely stopped their boat after the visibility plummeted to avoid hitting the large vessels in the area. Valastro detected a ship nearing their position but unaware of them due to fog, worsening the situation. In an emergency, he shifted the boat to escape being hit by a ship. It was terrifying, he said. Valastro then called the NYFD and NYPD for help. After getting the emergency call quickly, rescue teams responded to protect Valastro and his family. Despite getting into trouble with the law and appearing on Cake Boss, Valastro did not demand preferential treatment in this case. However, the Cake Boss family's issues were far from fixed. A Valastro family member was embroiled in a 2012 scandal, although Buddy was not legally involved. Buddy's ex-brother-in-law Remy Gonzalez was sentenced to 9 years on 2 charges of severe assault. Gonzalez was accused of molesting a 13-year-old girl in March 2010. Gonzalez pleaded guilty to the charges but later tried to retract it. He claimed that emotional distress had clouded his judgment and that his confession was inaccurate. The judge refused his motion to reverse the plea, which was proper. Gonzalez appeared as a cake decorator and Buddy Valastro's sister's husband in several Cake Boss episodes. This was before Gonzalez's legal issues. After Gonzalez's arrest, A Change.org petition called for the network to delete Gonzalez-related programs. Gonzalez appeared in 42 episodes since the show's premiere. According to IMDb, Gonzalez's actions produced turmoil, so the Valastro family fled swiftly. After his imprisonment and legal troubles, Buddy Valastro's sister Lisa finalized the divorce. The case resulted in legal sanctions and sparked public debate and scrutiny, highlighting the complexities and repercussions of charges involving notable public figures. Cake Boss ends and life continues. The success of Cake Boss helped Carlo's Bakery spread across the U.S. and aided the original Hoboken location. The play was put on hiatus for a lengthy time in 2017 after Valastro's mother died following a brave battle with Lou Gehrig's disease. Valastro temporarily closed all Carlo's Bakery outlets worldwide on the 27th of June, 2017, to honor her memory and prioritize her family. While off-camera, Valastro worked on his health, which led to a media-noticed change. The break allowed him to recharge, which led to Cake Boss's 2019 return on Discovery Family, TLC's sibling network. Valastro moved the event to a smaller platform to make it more accessible to a wider audience, including children. Valastro rose to fame on the Food Network with Buddy vs. Duff, while Discovery Family revived Cake Boss Christmas, showing his competitiveness and culinary skills in unique formats like The Competition. Cake Boss continued to influence Valastro's business and personal ambitions after TLC discontinued it. In Las Vegas, he opened the Boss Cafe at the Link Hotel Plus experience. His Italian heritage is reflected in this restaurant's unique mozzarella bar and colorful menu. The show ended in 2020. But why? Buddy went from a local baker to a global sensation after the Cake Boss's ascension. The show's spectacular rise opened several doors for growth and diversity. Buddy capitalized on his newfound fame by publishing books, creating spin-off series, and extending Carlo's Bakery to Manhattan and Las Vegas. TLC aired Cake Boss for 6 seasons before partnering with Discovery Channel International to make it available worldwide. However, success brought the harsh light of public scrutiny, as his 2014 DUI arrest showed. Despite these challenges, Buddy focused on building his power behind the scenes. Cake House Media, his production company, was founded in 2014 to explore creative endeavors outside baking. This allowed him to co-produce Cake Boss and its spin-offs, and launch new projects like unpolished and foreign food shows. Buddy's transition from television personality to producer gave him more room for creativity and entrepreneurship, but he also had to step out of the spotlight. Buddy focused on growing Cake House Media's productions to ensure their success. Because of this, his mainstream media visibility decreased. As an aside, the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic affected businesses and people worldwide. Buddy Valastro, like many other company owners, faced unprecedented challenges due to the pandemic. Buddy crossed unknown waters to keep his business viable under hotel lockdowns and limitations. He called the situation harsh and demanding in the restaurant, bakery, and retail sectors, pointing out that his enterprises were only doing 40% of their usual work. The outbreak forced him to diversify his company operations even more, focusing on stabilizing his firm and ensuring staff and customer safety. His decision to stop appearing publicly was expected. His main concern was surviving the outbreak and preserving his firm. He also started a great weight loss experience. Buddy controlled his food intake and fasted intermittently to take charge of his health. Thanks for watching our video. If you liked this deep dive into today's topic and want to see more fascinating material, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We value your feedback, so please leave it below. See you next time for more thoughts and discussions. Keep exploring, learning, and sharing till then. Thanks for joining our community.